Hi guys, it's Kay Comer in here with you again, and I'm going to try to give you a quick flip through of this book. This book is not for sale. I did my very first book yesterday that I had ever made, and I said I would share my book today, the favorite book that I've ever made, and that would have been the Good Luck Kitchen Witch junk book. Now look here, the D is off of this up here. It is probably around the coffee table somewhere because I've glued that on 2 or 3 times. But this too was made back in maybe, gosh, the late 1990s. When I discovered Hobby Lobby, and it came around here in 1996, and when I discovered that, and I realized yesterday that's when I really started getting into these things, because I discovered stickers and paper. I'd always just used what I had before, or just painted some backgrounds or whatever, cut words and pictures and things out of magazines and gift catalogs and just all kinds of things. But anyway, we're going to do a quick flip through of this Kitchen Witch book, and this is just to kind of touch bases because I'm all out of sorts right now. He's out mowing today, so we'll see if he makes it. We have 5 acres and he mows 3, so he's been out there about an hour and a half, and I've been keeping tabs on him. So, but when he gets done with that, he'll be coming in, so I have to get everything done and caught up in here too. So, the Good Luck Kitchen Witch. I've always loved the Good Luck Kitchen Witch. Mom has had one hanging in her kitchen, or did have, gosh, all the time we were growing up. And then I found one at a yard sale years and years and years and years ago and got it from me. And I've found one for our daughter on eBay or a yard sale or something and got her one. And then back in the 90s, when I started making these, I thought they were kind of like scrapbooks then, with pictures and sayings and things in them. I didn't know about junk journals. But when I started doing these, I really wanted to do one on the Kitchen Witch, the Good Luck Kitchen Witch. Now this has nothing to do with witchery or spells or any of that stuff. This is the Good Luck Kitchen Witch. So, and it's full of old home remedies and things, and old recipes and folklore and that kind of thing, because that's the kind of thing that has really interested me through the years. So up here it says secrets, superstitions, love potions, and weird stuff. Now there's a lot of weird stuff in here. There is no love potion or anything that's going to work for you. I don't know if I put superstitions in here. I haven't even opened this book in forever, so I don't really know what's in here. Okay, let's see if we can take a better look at it. The Good Luck Kitchen Witch. I'm a country kitchen witch, and I don't ride a broom, but I'll tell you lots of secrets, and that don't include gloom and doom. In fact, they'll bring you love and joy, and that you can't deny, for if you'll read this little book and all its secrets just apply. Oh yes, I'm a country kitchen witch, but nothing bad will ever I do. I'll always do my very best to share only feel-good secrets with you. And up here it says magic is in the air. There's another picture of that kitchen witch. Love that, love that, love that. Found that image. Now remember, this was before I knew there were rules and things to this thing, so I found this image in an old book at a flea market. I bought the old book, and it had lots of really good images in it, but it had 2 or 3 of this kitchen witch in it. And so I wanted to use her in my book, and I've blown her up and shrunk her down, and I've made all sizes out of that thing. Okay, double, double, toil, trouble. There's nary a reason to be. Double, double, sweet and lovable. We can make this out of thee. This says, this is a disclaimer down here, even though this book was for me. It's a disclaimer that it says there are all kinds of witches and goblins and scary things. Oh my goodness. And the Good Luck Kitchen Witch referred to in this book of home remedies and old-time recipes and folklore. It's just a good luck kitchen witch, and it's just for fun, and it goes on like everything I say does. Okay, there's magic and miracles and dreams coming true. Love that saying. Believe in magic. Now, I'm not much on magicians, on like America's Got Talent and all that stuff. I'm not much on magicians, but I love the word magic, and you know, that's just me. Okay, this says every day is a gift. How to create happiness. Now, we just read that yesterday in that other book. I've used that in so many things. Love that. So, how to create happiness. Home, there's a big old clock. Time flies, the simple life, scary nights, quiet the soul. Fanafi. those letters, FANAFI, stand for find a need and fill it. And I love that when I found that. I don't even remember where I found it. It was just a word in a book, and it gave the definition under it, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's just me, because I love doing, my husband calls them mercy missions. He says, somebody says, oh mercy, and I'm on a mission to try to solve their problem, whether it's food or whatever the problem is, health. I mean, I'll just knock on somebody's door and say, I hear you have cancer, and I think I'm here to see if I can help. Anyway, no, because that's the holistic health, you know, and that's the faith and natural healing and all that I'm all wrapped up in. This says, we have this moment to hold in our hand, and a touch as it slips through our fingers like sand. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow may never come, but we have this moment today. And that's a chorus out of an old Bill Gaither song. I love that. Absolutely love that. First time I heard that, I called our son, who lives just about 5 minutes away, and his family. I said, you've got to come down here and hear this song. It is the most beautiful song. So they came down on a Sunday morning when we were all trying to get ready to go to church and listen to that song. It was gorgeous. I still love it. This is a little, one of those little encourager newsletters that I used to put out throughout the community. Let's see here. Oh, I've got to get a good tripod. This has just got some jokes and things in it, you know, and crazy pictures. And here's another one up here. Different things all together. I'm going to put that back because I'm having a hard time juggling it all today, because I am so rushed, even more today than yesterday, because I've got to get some things done while he's outside. Okay, this is just some little images that I have cut out and put on there. I put one of those women in, but I wouldn't use her anymore. Here is a, what do you call this? A mood ring. I just have a thing about mood rings. It fascinates me the way you can touch that. Now let's see, that's blue, maybe dark blue. Now let's touch it and see what happens. So it doesn't look like anything is happening. Maybe it's getting just a little bit lighter. Let's see what blue is, or maybe it was, oh, a calm and happy is blue, and if it was purple, it was passion. Well, I'm full of calm and happy, and I'm always full of passion, so whichever one it was, that's me. But it has been black before, and that might have been what it was, right then, black. And that is stressed. But I used to put these in all my gift bags. I don't so much anymore. Once in a blue moon, I'll put it in, tie it on the ribbon on a gift bag, but it's just a little fun thing. There's nothing to that. You know, but I love it. I march to the beat of my own drum. Do what you can with what you have right where you are. And this says you tell on yourself. Love, love, love this poem because it is so true. And it says, you tell on yourself by the friends you seek, by the very manner in which you speak, by the way you employ your leisure time, and by the use you make of your dollar and dime. You tell what you are by the way you walk, and by the things of which you delight to talk, by the manner with which you bear defeat, and by so simple a thing as how you eat, by the books you choose from the well-filled shelf. By these ways and more you tell on yourself. So there's really no particle of sense in an effort to keep up a false pretense. Boy, if there's one thing, my pet peeve, that was one of the questions the other day in the Junk Journal Grandma page, and one of my biggest pet peeves is a phony person. I mean, I'm real, take me or leave me, but you won't get any phony baloney out of me, because I just don't believe in that. You can never do a kindness too soon, because you never know how soon it will be too late. And this says, I'd like to make a difference. And I put this in every gift bag I make, even bags when we go on the road, which is not very often anymore, because, you know, my husband says there are shooters everywhere, and we're just better off staying at home, which we pretty well do. We're happy here, and we stay busy, and we don't need to be out entertaining ourselves. We can entertain ourselves right here, like falling out of trees and stuff. Okay, this says, I'd like to make a difference, but I have put this in everything because I hope people will read it and maybe think, well, you know, I'd like to make a difference too. It says, God has given me a place on earth to be here for a while, and I hope that as I'm passing through, I'll make somebody smile. And I want to make life easier for all the ones I meet, and I ask God for his blessings to the strangers on the street. I hope I'll never fail a child if I can help somehow. I want to be as generous as my resources will allow. And when my life on earth is done, it will be my final plea. Let someone, somewhere, think think to say, you made a difference to me. And so that's just great, you know. It's just a great thing. This is just a crazy little thing I found in a book. Oh my gosh, the kids were little when I found this, and they're in their late 40s and early 50s now. But I just wrote this down on a piece of paper. It was in a little book they brought from the library, a book of poems, and it says, I want to be where you is instead of where I be, because I are where you is not, and that ain't no place for me. I used to think the world was great, and now I think it isn't, for I have gone from where you is and left you where I isn't. You know, if you think about that, that's a little bit sad, but I just loved it the way it was just kind of gibberish. And the Encouragers Club has my logo from my newsletter, and that little face, I put that little face on my newsletter usually. Little cup that just says love on it. Charms. I used to use a lot of charms, but I don't have time to go to a lot of yard sales and things anymore. Now, I do have a lot of buttons. I've got, I guess, literally two big crates of buttons, 30 or 40 pounds of buttons there has to be in there. So I need to start putting some of them as a gift into the books that I ship out. Okay, and this just says the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the case of prevention of disease. Let's see. This is my get up and go has got up and went. How do I know my youth is all spent? Well, my get up and go has got up and went. But in spite of all this, I'm able to grin when I think of where my get up has been. And that goes on. And a lot of us have heard that in the past. That's an old reading story that says wisdom. Time flutters by. Home remedies from the kitchen. That's where our doctor's office is, pretty much. It's in the kitchen cabinet. You know, we have a symptom, we go to the kitchen. I know how to do that stuff, and that's where we start. Sometimes we have to go to the doctor, but not too often. My doctor told me just not long ago, he said, do you know you haven't had a flu bug or a sore throat or anything since 2005? But we do a lot of juicing and all that stuff, and that does make a difference. Okay, this says, do one thing every day that makes you happy. Oh, what a great piece of advice. Do one thing every day that makes you happy. If I could do one thing that I wanted to every day, just a frivolous thing, I'd want to go to that creek where we pick up rocks. I love that creek. This is a happy rock. Before I started doing the kindness rocks, I did happy rocks, and I don't know where I got this idea, but I've given thousands of these away, and these I used to get in a bag at Hobby Lobby, and there was 50 or 100 in a bag. I can't even remember, but it says, let's see if I can read this, and I can't remember because it's been so long since I did these. Give a happy rock to someone you care about and watch them. I think it says smile, maybe. Let's see. Surely but slowly, the smile of the giver will fade from the happy rock as it is absorbed into the heart of the receiver. What a great thing. There was a yellow ribbon campaign here, gosh, 10 years ago, I guess, or more. And they wanted people to send things to the guys overseas in Afghanistan. And so I did 3,000 of my Encourager newsletters, and I made up 3,000 of these happy rocks and 3,000 of the big smiley faces, big yellow smiley faces. And I put them on the floor one day, and told my husband, I said, I need help putting these together because we've got to drive an hour north to take them up to the lady that's putting these, organization that's putting these packages together to send overseas. And so we sit on the floor all day and bag these up. A newsletter, a big smiley face, and a happy rock in every little bag. And my husband said, next time you volunteer for something, you forget you know me, because, oh my goodness, that was all day long. Then we had to deliver them, but I got so many letters from overseas from people, and I didn't put my name in there. She must have put my name in there. I don't know. Magic lotion. This is just a recipe for magic lotion, and this stuff is really good. I won't read all that right now, but there's just all kind of things. There's all kind of remedies and things in here because I have done the remedies since 1977, and I've studied it since 1977. Real quick, the quickest. Oh, I'm not getting most of the book in there. quickest facelift you can do. Forget that Botox stuff. Just crack an egg and put some egg white on your face. Leave it about 20 minutes. Fan it a time or two with a piece of paper if you get time, but you don't even have to do that. And wash that off, and you will look 10 years younger. Just a cracked egg. The egg white. Put it on your face. Leave it 20 minutes. Rinse it off. See what happens. Okay, old-time crumb burgers. That's just an old recipe there. The old cook stove, eggs, buttermilk, simple tuna dip. Just some old recipes in here. Old-time recipes, it says. Milk, salt, basics, baking powder. Old-fashioned chili, homemade ice cream, old-fashioned bologna salad. I don't know what all is even in here. That's just a blank one for somebody else to use. And let's see here. That's just an old image. There. Don't know where I got that either, because this book's about 20 or 30 years old, so I don't know where that came from. Okay, got just a little bit more. We're almost done. This is just some folklore or old superstitions, and there's nothing to this stuff, but I'll read a couple anyway. If you sneeze on Monday, you sneeze for danger. If you sneeze on Tuesday, kiss a stranger. Sneeze on Wednesday, sneeze for a letter, and it goes on and on. And this one says, go plant the bean when the moon is light, and you will find that it is right. Plant the potatoes when the moon is dark, and to this line you will always hark. Oh, wow. That says, 1 sneeze for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a letter, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret, never to be told. Oh my goodness, free spirit. Whether it's cold or whether it's not, we shall have weather or not. Starlight, star bright, first star seen tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might. Have this wish I wish tonight. And this says, folklore is a type of story or saying that has been passed down through the families and cultures over many, many years. There's nothing to most of this stuff. Now, some of it there is. You know, our preacher, the preacher we had 2 or 3 preachers ago, old man from way up in the boonies, he was big on farming and all that stuff, and he planted according to the moon. Okay, folklore, superstitions, and other weird stuff. The elf man. I think I put this in some of my other small books. It says, I met a little elf man once down where the lilies blow, and I asked him why he was so small and why he didn't grow. He slightly frowned, and with his eyes, he looked me through and through. I'm just as big for me, he said, as you are big for you. I'm kind of short. I'm 5 feet tall, and I tell you, I'm some days, whoopsie daisy. Some days I'm wishing I could carry a ladder to the grocery store, because those shelves are too high. Okay, and this is just an old witch on a broom and some old black paper. It was a witch. I met a wizened woman as I walked on the heath. She had an old black bonnet. Her small eyes peeped beneath. Oh my goodness. Her garments were so shabby, and she couldn't have been rich. She hobbled with a crutch stick, and I knew she was a witch. Well, you know, there's good witches and there's bad witches. And that's just all there is to it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know any real witches. I just know the Good Luck Kitchen Witch who hangs in my kitchen, and she's all good. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to share this book. It was really a bunch of nothing, and I was so rushed because I've got some things I want to get done while he's outside. But I'll try to do the Kindness Rock thing next, and then I'll have Sharon's book after that. Do a review or just a preview or whatever of it before I send it off to her. And hopefully I'm about to get back on track. We'll see. Have that book for a very special friend that I'm working on, and that's just going to be on the side. I'm going to give that as a gift for the birthday, and so I hope to get it done before that, but at least by the birthday. So just lots to do, and I have a waiting list. I think there's 5 on that waiting list, so we'll see where we go with this. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your patience, and I love you all.